pay-per-view, All Out. So, what did you think about All Out?
Oh my God. That was the like thing that came to mind or whatever. Before we start, I wasn't here for the last episode. I want to say I loved the last episode of Dynamite. So as you said, it was cinema. But as for this, wow, like it was I enjoyed it a lot.
I so did, we bullied Tony Khan into having shorter shows. But you know the weird part about having shorter show?
What?
It still was long. It was short, but it was long. It was the longest short show that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen anything like it. It was like, okay, you want a shorter show? We're gonna give you a few matches. Okay, we're gonna give you a very few matches, but also we're gonna screw you over, and we're gonna give you the longest pay-per-view possible.
Few
So I
matches,
mean,
each one was long as shit.
it was ridiculously way too long.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, they're gonna have like 6 matches. The show's gonna be over really quick. Nah, nah. So we're gonna run down the card from because we're gonna start there. We're gonna run down from all the way from the pre-show all the way to the main show, and then we're gonna work backwards because the main show started with the acclaimed versus the Iron Savages. And don't ask me, was there any setup for this? There was literally no setup for this. There was none at all.
None at
Nothing
all.
about there was nothing on Rampage. There was nothing on Collision. There was no setup. They just made the match. It was like, hey, this is match is happening. I was
I
like,
don't even
oh
think there was like a Ring of Honor thing for this.
no, it wasn't. It was like nothing. There was nothing at all. It just was
Yeah.
a match. And then the second match, it was like a halfway setup for this match. It was a halfway setup because fucking Hologram, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes, they all teamed up on Collision on Rampage. One of them, I think it was on Rampage. They teamed
Yeah.
up and they had a match. That's the only setup for this match. And they wound up taking on the premier athletes for no reason. It was
Uh,
weird.
Yeah, I have no comment about that.
Like I forgot to say that Acclaim beat the Iron Savages, but like it meant nothing. It
I
meant
mean,
nothing.
that's why I don't blame you for n not saying it because like these matches were not thought out. Like I don't think anybody else doing like the review of this would mention these matches because
Yeah,
hell,
the hologram and Sammy and them they won. Then we had the Dark Order versus the Bang Bang Gang, and it was like, okay, that was that also had no setup. It just was a match, and the Bang Bang Gang won it. It was like, oh, okay.
the
Now,
only thing I could think of for this one
hmm
is like they're probably setting up for the Batman gang to, reignite their thing for the trios title. That's the only thing.
I guess so. I can say I guess.
Yeah.
Not sure, but I guess that happened. Then the next match was a match that like literally they did set up on a Rampage, but it's the most randomest reason they set it up. Because they said, we're going to have a triple threat 6-man match, and the winner gets money. They never said what type of money. They just said they get money. They said, oh, they're going to get money. So it was like, okay. So they're interviewing Top Flight. It was like, all right, Top Flight, you guys are in the match. And here's your opponents, Shane Taylor Promotions with the Beast Mortos. And it was like, what? And did this is like this would made it perfect because the Kingdom was like, Mortos, what are you doing? Like you're supposed to be with us. And then they go, well, it doesn't matter because we're the third team in the match. And I was like, what? Like nothing about this made sense at
I was
all.
really confused about that too. Like this match kind of pissed me off because I'm like, give a little bit more respect to Beast Muertos because like he did phenomenal in this match. He's a great athlete. Either put him permanently in a crew or have him ride solo.
Yeah, they have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
None. And the Kingdom won the match. So it was like, oh, okay, they won the match. That was okay. But they never said what kind of money they won. They never said anything except they won the match. That's it.
And Roderick Strong mentioned Hook, so this is not to be for like a trios thing later on. I guess not.
I have no idea. Like they said, oh, the winner wins money. And then you get no money. Like you get no money. And it's like, what? Like that's so stupid.
Because I remember one like a year ago, I want to say it was also Top Flight, but it was AR Fox their third and whatever, and they won money. So it's probably something similar to that.
I I wish, but like nothing was actually like nothing was confirmed. It was just they made up shit and they just said, okay, this is it. And that's how they left it.
Yeah.
So then we get into the pay-per-view and it starts with MJF coming out and he comes out and he has the big banner that's there, but he gets jumped by Daniel Garcia because he's facing Daniel Garcia. And it was a good match, but I just don't think MJF should have won.
Just saying that ending kind of ruined it for me because I had no idea who won.
Like it was so bad because like MJF, it was a couple matches that people won that they shouldn't have won, and it's like, yeah, this kind of didn't make any sense, but all right, whatever, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
And then after the match, Daniel Garcia beat the hell out of MJF, power dropped him a couple times, and tried to end him.
Well, he's gonna be out for a while.
I hope so. So then we went to the next match for the tag titles, and it was the Young Bucks versus the Blackpool Combat Club, which was Cesaro and Wheeler Yuta. This match was a match. It was a
Yeah,
match. Like it was a match. It just was a match. The Young Bucks won, but it was a match. I wasn't really feeling it.
I was good with Claudio though. Like he did really good, and Wheeler impressed. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It was a match. So then we had Will Ospreay versus Pac for the international title. Now this match was really good.
yes,
This match was really good. This was like where the pay-per-view started to pick up for me was it went from, oh, this is an okay show to, oh, this makes sense. This works. Because this was one of the matches that turned it around for me. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to be a good pay-per-view now.
yeah, I really enjoyed this match too.
Yeah. And Osprey won with the hidden blade. While Pac was running at him, he completely hit a 360 and then he pinned Pac for the 1, 2, 3.
I love that cell. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. So that was that. Then we had the Chicago Street Fight, Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale. And holy shit, they beat the hell out of each other with thumbtacks, chains, tables, chair. They did everything.
Light tubes. I didn't expect light tubes. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, It was crazy. They did everything. And this was another match where I was like, I don't think this person should have won. But Chris Statlander beat Willow.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't for the title. Had it been for the title, like it would have been okay. But then they had the
But
rematch, and
but here's the thing though. I feel like because it wasn't for the title, now it's like she beat her. Now she gets a shot at the title.
yeah.
And it's like then it's just gonna be it's gonna wind up being the same thing and going back into a circle again. And it's like I don't want to see it go back into a circle. I wanted to just move on.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have this one last match and then they're done. I think
I
anyway. I
I
hope.
really hope. Listen, I really hope so because I don't want them to have this match. I want them to move on, and that's it.
There should have been a title match. That way they could have ended, but whatever.
Exactly. Like, and the thing is, like, people are probably thinking we're taking it, going, "Oh, well, you guys are saying it was a bad match." No, it was a good match. It just this feud doesn't have to keep going on, and they both can move on with new dance partners, but it's still going on because now Chris Statlander beat Willow, and now Willow has to defend her title.
And hypothetically speaking, like if this was for the title and Chris
Hmm.
won, they could move on, different dance partners, as you said, right? And
Hmm.
way later on, Willow could earn her title shot again, provided Chris still had the title at that point.
Exactly. So we had that. Then we had the four-way, and each of these men qualified to get in the four-way against Okada. Orange Cassidy qualified by beating Brian Keefe. Fucking Mark Briscoe beat Lance Archer. That's how he got in. And Takeshita beat the Beast Mortos. And so everybody was looking, oh, we're gonna have this big thing with Okada and Takeshita. They had a little stare down. They did one or two moves, completely moved on. Okada won. He pinned Orange Cassidy, and it was just there. It wasn't even like a blowaway match. It just was there.
Like that whole face off was for nothing. I feel like if they had that, Okada should have pinned Takeshita by cheating, by the way. That way they could have their one-on-one match later.
Yeah, but it's just it was worthless.
Yeah.
So then we moved on to Mercedes versus Hikaru Shida. And I swear to God, I still feel like I'm in a video game or I'm in a time loop or I'm in some other dimension because I keep saying they fought each other before. We know that they fought each other and it wasn't too long ago. It was like 2 or 3 weeks. Why does nobody remember this? Like nobody has brought this up. Nobody has talked about this. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They had a match. But like, this was right before fucking All Out. I mean, All In. I swear to God, nobody even brings it up. It's like, nope, never happened. You're just making stuff up.
I think Excalibur mentioned it, but in passing. Like it was like, oh yeah, they fought before.
Yeah, but it's
But
like the thing. It was. I was like, if it was like a while ago, it literally was like a few weeks ago. It was a
yeah.
few weeks right before the match. Like she fought her, like Shida fought Mercedes in a match. They had a match, and then she wound up facing Britt Baker after that, and it was like, okay, it just was weird. It was weird. I'm I'm crazy. And Mercedes beat Shida. This wasn't as good as their match that was on Dynamite. This match was okay, but it wasn't as good as their match on Dynamite.
Yeah.
But that was a thing. So then we had for the AEW World Title. Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry. How did you feel about this match?
Uh, Not the best match of the show, but Jack Perry did way better than I expected, so I'll give it a pass. Maybe a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because I was not feeling this match. And then the Bucks came down. The Bucks came down and attacked Bryan Danielson. And for some reason, people were like, "Oh my God, they're gonna cause some match." I'm like, "That's not gonna happen." Bryan Danielson got away from the Bucks because Claudio and Yuta came down. They beat the Bucks up, ran them off, and Bryan wound up beating Jack Perry. It was like, yeah, I didn't see him not beating Jack Perry, and it was just like, whatever. But the best part about it was when Luchasaurus came and attacked Bryan after the match, because I knew exactly what was going on as soon as it happened.
Part
But
of me thought like he was going back to Jack, but yeah,
no, I knew exactly what was happening. As soon as he beat his ass, he beat the shit out of Bryan Danielson. Then he looked at Jack Perry, and Jack Perry was like, "Wait, are we getting back together?" And like, as soon as he was like, "Wait, what's going on?" Christian's music hit, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's right." And it's like, yeah, that was a thing.
do you think they'll get
So
back together eventually though?
no, I hope not. Like I've been saying this for a long time. Ever since they broke up, I don't want them to get back together. I want them to stay as far away from each other as possible, even with this little tease. Because even with this happening, nobody was like, "Wow, they're back together." Everybody was like, "Okay, like this is weird." Like nobody was cheering. Like if they were cheering for it, I'd be like, "All right, they're gonna get back together." Nobody was cheering for it. Everybody was like, "Okay." I guess that's exactly how they felt. It was like, okay, I guess.
No, I agree
And
because
then
that's
when,
how I felt.
yeah, and when Christian came out, everybody was like, oh shit, Christian's about to cash in. And he gets closer, and then all of a sudden, Moxley just shows up out of fucking nowhere. And soon as Moxley showed up, my mind went exactly almost to exactly what happened, but it was a different thing. I was like, huh. Because I'm gonna tell you what I thought after I tell you what happened, because I
Okay,
thought something totally different but similar. So they run off Christian and his crew, and the BBPAC get in the ring, and they're standing there and they're celebrating with Bryan Danielson, and all of a sudden, Claudio just hits a fucking European uppercut on Bryan, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And before he can say anything, Moxley grabs a plastic bag and starts choking out Bryan Danielson. And Pop grabs Wheeler Yuta and holds him up against the ropes and says, just let it happen. Just let it happen. And Yuta's like, no, no. He's trying to stop him, and and Pac's just like, let it
did
happen.
he though? Did he
No,
though?
he was really trying to. He just kept screaming no, and Pac is just like, let it happen. Just let it happen. And they
Because
just beat.
I feel like all he had to do was elbow him.
He could have, but like I believe Pac would have just like ate it and just fucked him up. But yeah, Moxley just destroyed Bryan Danielson. And the funniest part that I heard about this was Eddie Kingston wanted to do this same exact spot with a plastic bag and choke somebody out, just like Terry Funk did back in the day. He was like, I want to do that. And Tony Khan has told him, no, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. Moxley comes around and says, I want to do it. Tony Khan goes, all right, cool, you can do it.
It's crazy.
But when Moxley came out, I actually thought this is what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to beat the shit out of Christian and take the contract and cash in on Bryan. That's what I thought he was gonna do.
I wonder if that's a possibility. That should happen next time.
I hope so, because that's what I thought. I was like, all right, he's gonna take it and he's gonna cash in, and that's how we're gonna start the title thing. Got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened, and that was that part of the show, and shit was so funny what happened next because they end the show to go to the lights out portion. They said, okay, now we're gonna go to the unstation because we don't want anything bad to happen. And it's like, brother, someone just almost got murdered, and we're gonna go to a murder, and we're just gonna act like, oh no, no, this is the part where the bad stuff is gonna happen. Like, what?
Like what the fuck?
It was so funny. So we get to the main event, Swerve versus Hangman. Swerve comes out with a suit that had the picture of his burning house on it. So that was like, okay. And Swerve and Hangman start fighting before the cage lowers. And they're both trying to murder each other. Because first, Swerve's trying to hold Hangman down so the cage goes on him. Hangman reverses him and he starts to hold him down. Then they both are holding each other down and it's getting lower and lower. And Prince Nana was like, oh no, fuck this. He pushed both of them in the fucking ring. He's like, no, fuck this. You're not gonna die on me. And he pushed them both in the fucking ring. That shit was hilarious.
That was a good call because he was gonna kill him.
Yes, that shit was so fucking funny. So then they had the match. And I'm not even gonna lie to you and be like, oh wow, this match was so brutal. They lost me in the first half. Like they started wrestling, they started doing shit, and they started doing like little pieces of like violent shit. I was like, you guys have been way more violent before. This does not, no, no. I was like, nah. I was like, you're losing me right here. Like I don't know why. It didn't feel like anything. I was like, whatever. And I was starting to lose interest. I was really starting to lose interest until the end came. And the end was very weird to me. It was very weird because I was like, oh, okay. Now, for a lot of people, not us, but a lot of people, when Hangman pulled out a needle and stuck it in Swerve's face. Yes, that's what happened. He took out Swerve's grill. He took a needle, stuck it in Swerve's face, pumped it with, I could say Novocaine. I'll probably say Novocaine. And I saw a few people get like really weirded out. Like, I've never seen that before. And I was like, you've never seen GCW before? Because this is some shit that's happened in GCW. Shit, this
Yeah, I've
some
seen way worse.
like sometimes this shit has happened in CZW. Like this is nothing new. That's why it didn't flinch to me. But then he hit him with the chair shot, and they flipped the camera right at the impact, so you didn't see it. And like somebody has like cell phone footage of it in the building, and you can see like the chair looks like it's gimmick because when he hits him, the the part of the chair just like flies off, but it still looks brutal as shit. It is like to me, like I didn't feel like, oh wow, this was so dangerous. It just it was gimmick, so I'm like, whatever.
Now, the only reason the fucking like needle spot kind of got me was because
Hmm.
I'm going through a toothache right now. Otherwise, like, yeah, we seen way worse.
Yeah, it was not bad to me. It was like, like nothing about it, like nothing about that whole ending had me go, oh my God, like that was so brutal. It was just like, I mean, it was a thing. He hit him. Like
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not
when they
even
do the Zanding spot, remember the
yeah,
Zanding
like
spot?
yeah, when they do that, I bet you people will I I believe that if they ever did something like that, people would literally stop watching AEW. Like not even joking because it would be way too brutal for them and they would stop watching AEW
Yeah.
because that shit was violent. Like to me, I'm numb to it and it's like I'm numb to all types of violence like that. So it would be like, whatever. But other people, it would turn them off and they'd be like, yeah, I'm not watching this again.
I'm numb to it, but like I'm numb to the point where like I don't care for it. Like it doesn't excite me. I've seen a lot of people like, oh yeah, violence. I love this match. Ah! I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like that's how numb I am to it. It's like, yeah, I mean, I've seen shit like this. It's not like and like not taking nothing away from the guys. It's just like
Yeah.
like we're numb to like we're numb to violence. Like we watch GCW all the time. We watch CZW. We came up in the ECW era. Like a lot of shit that happens is like nothing that's like striking us is like, oh my God. It's just like,
FMW.
yeah, it's like we've seen this shit so much. It's like nothing that we're watching is fucking with us. It was great. It deserved to happen. It should happen. But it's just
Yeah.
like it's not nothing that we're just like, wow, this was so psycho. It was like, eh, it was a thing.
The only reason I liked it and it was acceptable, because like I normally don't like the this unless it's like GCW where they're known for that, right?
Hmm.
The only reason it was acceptable because it told the story of their blood feud and how much they hate each other. Other
Yes.
than that, yeah.
And the only problem that I have with this is like I said that this should happen. I said that this should happen, that Hangman should win. I'm like, all right, Hangman should win. That's perfectly normal. He should win. He deserves the win. The way he won now has me going, they're gonna have another match. So they've had a lights out regular match, then they had a lights out cage match. So they have to do another match that's even worse than this. And it's like I can't even think of anything that's worse than this as a match. Any type of match, like, oh, what are they gonna do? They had a last man standing match. They had they had every type of match. Like they haven't had a match where it's like, wow, they have this type of match and they're gonna do this and it's gonna be different. It's like they've done everything in a match, so what do you do now?
How about a literal street fight like Tommy Dreamer and Raven had back in ECW where they actually fought in the streets of Philadelphia?
I mean, I guess, but like to me, it's like they have to go on a different level scale of violence now. And there's no match that exists that
Yeah.
is like that's able to hold this violence unless you have a barbed wire match. Like a complete barbed wire match, like no ropes barbed wire match, like Terry Funk and Sabo. Like maybe that is kind of acceptable, but still to me it wouldn't even be violent enough to end this blood feud. Like I
I mean,
like I
for the
said,
mainstream, not for us. We're like a totally different animal. So
yeah, I don't know. Like that's why I'm like torn. Like I know that they have to do something else, but to me it just feels like I don't know what they can do to be like, oh wow, this is great. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
yeah, like you said, either the barbed wire or the street fight. Like I said,
Yeah, it's like it's gotta be something like that because like holy shit, like they up the violence each time, but it's like where do you go from here?
yeah,
So we had Collision and Rampage, Collision Page. and we could talk about that.
Yeah.
This page was it started off with Moxley and Marina Shafir pulling up to the arena. And yeah, I don't know. They did something later on that was fucking crazy, but it just was weird.
Like, is she like his enforcer, you think?
Yes, she is. And with them being in the BBPAC, because she's in it now,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like it stuff, I guess. I don't even know. Like, that's what I can say. Like, yes.
Because supposedly he said before he wanted her in it. So,
Yes, he did.
oh, okay.
So then we have Mark Briscoe versus Lance Archer. Like I said earlier in the podcast, he beat Lance Archer to get into the match. And then we had Chris Jericho talking.
Hi
And
guys.
he was, no, fuck that. And he was talking about Ishii, and he was talking about the conglomeration. And he destroyed Ishii and left him laying. And then he said, Orange Cassidy, you broke my jacket. It was a $7,000 jacket. I want my money back for the jacket. I'm going to get my money back from the jacket. And he just kept talking about it. And he just left it at that until later on in the night.
How long ago did the jacket thing happen?
It literally was in 2020.
Like, what
Like,
the
and
fuck?
they showed the video and everything, and it was like, this is really dumb.
Yep.
So then we had the Grizzled Young Vets versus the Iron Savages. They beat the Iron Savages, and then after the match, FTR came out. And this is when I was like, oh, they're gonna have FTR versus the Grizzled Young Vets at the pay-per-view. And that didn't happen. They just set up a match for them eventually, but that didn't happen.
It should have happened in the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it definitely should have happened at the pay-per-view. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Ricochet bumped into Will Ospreay, and that's setting up their feud eventually. Whatever. So then we had Orange Cassidy. He was getting interviewed before his match, and he said, I have the money in my backpack, and also I'm going to put the title in my backpack right next to your $7,000, Chris. So he goes out and fights Brian Keefe. He beats Brian Keefe, and he gets into the match. And we're like, okay, cool. He gets into the match. Yeah. I didn't see Brian Keefe winning. Like, he definitely was going to lose to Orange Cassidy. They actually had a pretty competitive match, which was really good. But Orange Cassidy won. And then we saw Chris Jericho, and he says, hey, Orange, I got your backpack. And he walked off.
Gonna be a thing later on.
Yeah. So then we had Mercedes and Camille get interviewed because Hikaru Shida was going to wrestle Diana Perrazzo later on in the show. So, yeah. Then we had the Outrunners beat two local talent. And at this point, I was like, why the hell did they have the Outrunners win? We find out why they won a little bit later on, but it was really dumb.
Aren't they pretty much enhancement talent? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So we had a sit down with Willow and Chris Statlander, and they were airing all their grievances. It was like, yo, you were my best friend. You were my best friend too. We did everything together. I hate you now. I hate you more. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the video.
Me neither. So then we had Takeshita versus Beast Mortos. And once again, they had a banger. I thought Mortos could have won, but Takeshita definitely was going to win because they wanted him to go against Okada and build up to that match eventually. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
How funny would the four-way been if like the opposite people won?
It would have been actually really fun. So then, once again, another thing where I'm like, oh, they're setting up something for All Out. So Saraya and Harley Cameron are pissed off and they want to face Jamie Hayter. I'm like, oh, they're going to set this up for All Out. Nope. Nope.
So we gotta wait like a year from now.
Yeah, like I said, I'm glad that the pay-per-view was short, even though it still was long. Oh, and I forgot to mention this part that is a setup for something later on. Because Mariah May had an interview and she was talking about doing her celebration on Collision. So at the pay-per-view pre-show, Sky Blue came out and she's injured and she's from Chicago. And then Mariah May came out and talked shit about Chicago and then beat up Sky Blue. Then Queen Aminata showed up and ran off Mariah May. So that's going to be a future title match for her.
I like how she seemingly is getting a push. I don't like how she's like a regular person now out of nowhere. Like if they explain that better, I'm okay with it.
No, they didn't explain it at all. Like she just exists. Like Queen Aminata just showed up
Yeah,
because she wrestled on Rampage. She won, but like she just exists. That's it. So Hikaru Shida beat Diana Purrazzo, but then got attacked by Mercedes and Camille. It was like, oh yay, she's got attacked. What is she gonna do tomorrow? Maybe she'll have a fighting chance to beat Mercedes. Yay! Which no,
obviously not.
yes. So yeah, like this show had stuff and it was setting up stuff, and you're like, oh wow, they're setting up this, and they're setting it up for eventual, not right now. It's like, oh, okay, well, sure. So then we also got the Acclaim getting interrupted by MXN again because they keep interrupting them. Don't know why, but they keep interrupting them.
That's gonna be a future feud, apparently. I guess.
Yeah. So then we had the BBPAC versus the Elite in an eight-person tag match. And of course, the BBPAC get the win because they were all going to lose except for Brian Danielson the next night.
Yep,
So they definitely had to lose. I mean, had to get the win because they were going to lose. Good for them. I, like I said, I didn't care because we all knew who was going to win. We didn't care.
and they shouldn't make it so obvious, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, like sometimes obvious works, but at the same time, when you don't care about some of the stuff, you're like, yeah, I don't really give a shit.
That's true too.
Because a lot of this was like, yeah, I don't care because nothing has really got me invested. Like Jack, like I said, Jack Perry, he fought Brian Danielson. He had a story going into it, but the story wasn't compelling enough for him.
No,
Like the only real compelling thing that was like on the show was Swerve and Hangman, and that should main event because it was great. So after that, we had the Outrunners celebrating their first big win until Moxley and Marina Shafir beat the living crap out of him. I don't mean just like a little bit. They beat the living crap out of him. Marina Shafir slammed Erica into a wall and broke the fucking wall with her. And Moxley just choked the shit out of Turbo Floyd with a fucking crowbar.
Question about these guys, because like
Hmm.
I want to say this is the first time I actually paid attention to them like talking like during a fucking promo and whatever.
Hmm.
Do they remind you of somebody? Like, are they supposed to be like a parody of somebody? Because they remind me of somebody, but I want to see what you think first before I say who they remind me of.
Who do they remind you of?
But do they remind you of anybody though? Before I answer that,
Who do they remind you of?
they remind me of Hogan for some reason. Like they're a parody of Hogan. I don't know why. Like they came across as being Hogan.
They're not a parody of Hogan. They're just a parody of the '80s guys, of just '80s people that do shit like that. That's who they are. They're just like the '80s like bodybuilder dudes, dudes in the '80s.
Like
That's who they
I,
are.
I expected at any point. Let me tell you something, brother.
No, 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 no. They just really '80s guys, and it's weird.
Okay.
So then we had Queen Aminata, and she beat up some local talent. But watching in the back was Serena Deeb, which kind of makes no sense with the direction she was going in on All Out. You're like, what? Why did they have the Serena Deeb thing when nothing is happening there? Because she's going against Mariah May. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Like that was just random as shit. It just made no sense. A lot of stuff made no sense. They did a couple promo packages, and then we had Dustin, Sammy, and Hologram versus the Dark Order. Made no sense. Because like none of them had a match the next night. None of them even like everything that happened here, nothing connected. Nothing fucking connected. Dustin and Hologram and them, they won, so we moved on. Then we had the little thing with the top flight security and everybody. It literally like just shit was just happening.
They kind
Then
of
we
hinted
had the
at the commentating kind of hinted at Hologram, Sammy, and Dustin possibly going for the AEW Trios title, which I hope doesn't happen. Like I like Dustin, but you're gonna make him the title guy now?
yeah, like soon as they said that, I just like disregarded it because he has titles. They have titles, so why would they go for more titles? It's really stupid.
Yeah.
So then we had the what was this called? A fashion match between MXM and the Kings of the Black Throne, which was just Big Brody King and Buddy Matthews.
Yeah.
And I thought because it was a fashion thing, I'm like, oh, MXM is going to win. No, no, that didn't happen. The House
Like
of Black.
I didn't understand this match. I thought it had like some fashionable rules or some shit. Apparently there was judges.
Yeah, it was judges and also MXM and House of Black were supposed to dress up kind of, and it didn't make any fucking sense because neither team dressed up in anything normal other than regular clothes. Like their regular wrestling clothes, that's all they had. Not
Yeah.
even their fucking entrance gear was different. It just was regular shit. And it's like, well, what was the point of this match? It just was a regular match called a fashion match. That's all it was.
Yeah. It wasn't
It's
important at
just
all.
yeah, it just was weird. MXM got their first loss. Well, not their first loss. They had a bunch of losses. Their biggest loss on the main roster. So I mean, yeah, that's that happened,
Yeah.
and that was. Collision page.
I like that for some reason.
And like I said, it wasn't really much that happened. It just was shit that happened.
Like shit should
Because
have happened since these were like the go home shows, like for the next day. Fucking Dynamite was way better than both of them combined.
yeah, like Dynamite was like the true go home show where it was like this feels like the go home show. Everything else just felt like, hey, we still have extra stuff, and it's like, well, we don't want to see the extra stuff. We're cool with the go home show. No, no, no. You have to watch this extra stuff that sets up stuff that's not happening tomorrow, but stuff that's going to happen eventually. And it's like, well, I don't really care because I would rather just have the stuff tomorrow and instead of setting it up eventually.
Exactly.
It just like it just was weird because like everything that they was getting set up was like, all right, this match is happening tomorrow. Nope, this match is happening tomorrow. None of that is happening tomorrow.
Fucking weird.
Yeah, and like I said, if anybody's like, well, you guys want shorter pay-per-views, it's like we literally had a pay-per-view start at 8 o'clock and ended at 12:05. Literally, that was the show. Started at 8 o'clock, ended at 12:05, with less matches than would be on a regular show. That's how long the show was. And thank God for football because that's the only reason the media scrum was only 20, 30 minutes.
If otherwise we'd be here at like 3 in the morning and shit. You made a joke about that.
Yes. So one of the things Tony Khan talked about in the media scrum was the fact that they're closer and closer to the new deal. And I will be glad when a new deal comes. I'm not happy about the new deal, but I'll be glad when the new deal comes.
We can
And I
start
know
getting these
people,
questions.
yeah, and like people really like will get mad at me for saying, yeah, I don't want them to do the new deal. And it's not like, oh, I want AEW to die. It's I have no faith in WBD. Like, and people are like, no, they have a great partnership. Dude, all of this shit that WBD has fucking canceled and fucking broke up and just threw away. Like they got rid of a whole fucking Cartoon Network and like they threw it the fuck away. There's literally a fucking creator who created a cartoon series. He created a cartoon series and it's nowhere to be found. It's evaporated from the ether of time. And it's not like it got eviscerated because, oh, it's something bad, it's controversial. No, it's because WBD own it. They don't have it on any of the streaming services. None of it's not on Max, it's not on anything. You can't find it anywhere. It's literally gone. There's movies that literally got made that were on streaming services that Max is like, well, we don't want to pay the people who made this, so we just throw it away. Well, where can we get it? Oh, we own the rights. We're not putting it on any other thing. Well, can we get it on Amazon? No, we own the rights. So where do we watch it? You can't. It's just gone. And it's just like this psycho predatory shit that Max has done, WBD has done. It's like, dude, I don't want AEW anywhere near these people. Like, yes, they have this fucking great service where you can put stuff on, but the minute something falls apart and it's like, oh, well, we don't want to do anything with AEW, they can screw them over so badly, and it's nothing that AEW can do. Like, I'm tired of watching them just like destroy stuff. Just like, oh, we own this, but we don't want to pay these people, so we're holding it hostage until. And it's like that's not cool.
The backroom
Like
movie
that's
that they literally finished and like they refused to put it out.
yes, they have an Acme movie that's a Looney Tunes Acme movie that was fucking finished. They created it. It was supposed to come out last year. They said, no, we don't want to put it out.
I
And
believe
now
John
it's
Cena
just,
was in that, right?
yes, it's just stuck. Like all of this stuff is stuck. It's like all of this stuff is just like they just do shit and like they can get away with it. And then they're also losing money. Like they're losing money hand over fist. Like the dude Zaslav, like people are not like happy with him. Like they're like, yeah, we're not really happy with this guy because he came in, was like, hey, I'm gonna turn everything around, wound up losing money over and over and over and over again. And people are like, well, we don't want you here because you keep losing money. It's like, well, I'm still here because you guys won't fire me, but whatever. And it just
Fire
kind
him.
of sucks. Like it kind of sucks. Like that's why like I'm so pissed off that Tony is just like working with them because it's like, dude, like I don't want to see like anything bad happen to AEW. It's like go to Amazon, go to some other service. It's like, but the deal is close to being done. It's just like I'm just like not I'm not really just yay hype for this.
Amazon would be a good one for them too.
Yeah. So I mean that was the AEW side of things. It's like there's a dumb lawsuit that's out there that's really stupid. That's like I don't even want to touch it. It's not because it's like so controversial. Oh, it's a controversial lawsuit. It's a dumbass lawsuit. Like it's a dumbest lawsuit. Like it's just dumb. Like fucking Kevin Kelly is trying to sue AEW for defamation and other stuff. And then he has the boys who I who I like and are close to, but there's no there's no validity for them. Like they literally have no validity for this because they posted the text messages between them and AEW talking about how they couldn't get to certain places and they blew them off and did no shows. It's text messages. It's literally like it's like you're fucking Dr. Disrespect. You're putting out text messages of shit that you've done and then going back and saying, guys, I never really did that. I didn't do that, so I'm suing these people, but I never did that. And it's like, no, dude, there's literally proof of you saying I'm not going because the place that you want me to fly out is 2 hours away, and I'm not driving 2 hours away. You could just book us out of here. Well, it's cheaper to book you out of there. Well, I'm not doing it. So you're not showing up? I don't think we're going to show up. Literally, that's in the text messages. So you have no validity to say, oh, AEW like tried to say that we no showed, we did this. Like the lawyers are gonna look at that and be like, dog, you literally just said you didn't want to go because it was 2 hours away and you didn't want to drive because of this and that and this. You really don't have a choice. Like you literally just said this out loud. And it's like you shouldn't be in this case. Like in as far
I
as
don't get the
Kevin
whole point of suing you, whatever, when you know you're wrong.
exactly. And it's like also Kevin Kelly's side of this is just like really dumb. He's going like, oh, it's defamation. He like fucking Ian Riccaboni said some stuff about me, and that's how I got fired. And it's like the stuff he said about you, he said it on Discord. Yes, he said some things about you. That didn't lead to the firing. The thing that led to the firing was the way you responded and acted. That's what led to the firing because they would have definitely looked the other way when the shit popped up and said, "Hey, this, and this." They would have looked the other way and said, "Yeah, whatever, kid. Let Kevin do his thing. We're gonna let Kevin do his thing." When you start complaining on the day of Sting's retirement and did this whole rant and kept saying shit and alluding to stuff, they were like, yeah, you know what? We don't need you. Like, this is one of the biggest days of our company. We don't need you doing this shit. Like, all right, you gotta go. So as far as him getting a defamation shoot, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Like they don't, and this is really dumb, and I don't know why the person picked it up and said, you know what, we have a case. You don't have a case. Like, let this go, brothers. Let this go.
Yeah.
So that's the AEW side of the podcast. Now we have to go to WWE stuff. So one more thing before I go into WWE land. Eddie Kingston posted on Instagram, he said, a leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting most nimble go ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing all along they are being directed from behind. Quote Nelson Mandela. Now, with that being said, is he the leader? Like, is he the leader of the BBPAC?
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, like for him to post that, this was like, like, yeah, this feels like he might be the leader.
Plot twist.
Yes,
Cause did he not like before he left? Did he not kind of get along with Brian? Like they made peace at the end, but kind of didn't like him.
yes. So that's why this kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that he is the secret leader. So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So on SmackDown, we get everybody showing up to the building. They do the Bash it Berlin thing, and then we get Cody Rhodes out, which has a weird lawsuit going around. And the reason I say it's weird is because of the something weird about it, and it's just like the most weirdest shit. So there's a band called American Nightmare, and the lead singer of the band let Cody use the American Nightmare. He's like, yeah, you can use it, but if you use it, the font has to be 75% larger than something something. Like it's a little technical thing. And because they were selling shirts at Fanatics and FanFest, they didn't have the font large enough for the shirts. And it's like, is that really a thing? And the dude is on the weirdest part is like he's not selling for like millions and millions of dollars. He's like, I just want $150,000. And it's like that is like everything about this is so weird. And then the bad part is like I'm not being like, oh, this dude doesn't deserve his money because like he had the trademark first. But it's like you're only asking for like $150 million, and like the conditions that you had for him to keep the American Nightmare was very weird. Like it just was weird to me.
Whole situation is weird. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it just was so weird. So Cody comes out and he starts talking, and then he invites Solo out. And then he tells Solo, he's like, listen, me and you for the title. And Solo's like, no, we'll, we're not doing that. And then Cody goes, you know what? Fuck it. Jacob Fatu, me and you, next week for the title. And the Solo was like, no, 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 no. That's not how this is going. He's like,
Jacob was about to
he's,
step up though.
he did step up until he got close to Solo and said, I love you, my tribal chief. And the more and more he says, I love you, the more and more I'm scared for Solo.
He's gonna kill him.
Yes. So then he gets Solo. to agree to have this match. And they're gonna have a match next week, and then all of a sudden the whole bloodline gets in the ring and they're about to attack Cody, but then here comes the Street Profits and DIY. So then Nick Aldis shows up and says, "Hey, next week we're gonna give you guys a world title match in a steel cage."
Oh yeah.
Yes, and even funnier, it's the first episode of Smackdown on USA next
Pretty good start.
week. I mean, how ironic is it that I've been saying that they were going to have a world title match on the first episode of SmackDown, but they changed it up on me because people.
Yep.
So then we had Tiffany and Pretty Deadly in the back, and they were talking until Nia shows up. And she's like, "You were gonna cash in on me last week." And she's like, "No, no, 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 I wasn't." "Yes, you were. You were gonna cash in on me." She was like, "No, I was there to distract." And then Nia was like, "Okay, I believe you." She's like, "Well, I got your back out there when you faced Bailey." And like, soon as she said that, I was like, "Bailey's gonna beat you." That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yep.
So they have the match, Tiffy versus Bailey, and Nia distracts the ref just as Tiffany is pinning Bailey, missed the whole entire pin, and then Nia gets bumped down. Bailey hits the Rose Plant, 1, 2, 3, beats Tiffany. And to me, it feels like, oh, they're going with Bailey versus Nia for the title again.
I mean, if they go for that, Tiffany's gonna definitely cash in this match.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So then we had Kevin Owens in the back, and he gets stopped by A-Town Down Under, and they start talking shit. And Kevin just goes, "Well, why don't you two fight? Because me and Cody fought. We're friends. You two are friends. Why don't you two fight?" And Austin Theory is kind of like, "Yeah." And Waller's like, "No, we're not going to do that." So Kevin Owens says, "You know what? Fuck it. Why don't we have a three-way?" And for
Okay. Okay.
some,
I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be three because I swear he said that, but that's not what it wound up being.
no, because he wanted them two to fight, and they wouldn't fight. So he wound up turning it into a three-way where they had to fight.
Yeah.
So that was funny. Like that was funny as hell. Because like he convinced them, so now they're dumb enough to do it, and they get into a three-way later on. So then we have Legado del Fantasma having lunch again, and they're talking, and Santos is still pissed off at Angel and Humberto
Like, why?
because they keep losing. So where do you think this is going? Like, I kind of want them to be replaced, but who do you replace them with?
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Like, oh, like everybody's fucking taken. Like Carlito and fucking Dominic, they're already in
I mean,
Judgment Day.
yeah, so like, there's really nobody you can replace them with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Only like logical thing is someone new.
Yeah, but like, the two new people that I would replace them with are not available yet. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So then we get Giovanni Vinci versus Apollo Crews. and he's coming out and he's doing this stuff, and he gets beat immediately.
That was crazy.
Yes. And the crazy part is WrestleVote said that some high level executives in WWE thought it was a very dumb move for this to happen. They thought it was a dumb move. I know exactly where this is probably going because they're gonna let him lose and then he's gonna lose again and then he's gonna wind up start winning and that's how he's gonna change everything.
Like they're
But
gonna change his gimmick eventually, I guess, right? The issue is his gimmick, I think. The whole model
oh,
thing or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, right?
listen, I don't even know what it is, but like they hyped him up. He comes in and he loses, and I agree with some of those execs. Like this was a dumbass decision. This
Yeah.
is a real dumb decision. But hey, I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna give it time, but I think it was a dumbass decision. Like in 2 weeks from now, but at the same time, I said that about the whole Andrade Mello situation, and we get a situation later on where we're like, oh shit, like this now this is fucking making more and more sense.
Yeah, just let it fucking cook.
Yeah. So then we get Chelsea Green and Piper, and they're talking to Nick Aldis because she's still arguing with Nick Aldis, and then all of a sudden, here comes Mia Yim. So they set up next week Chelsea Green versus Mia Yim. But that's not the only thing that Chelsea Green is going to be doing next week because Chelsea Green is going to be facing Julia in her first match on Smackdown.
I
I mean,
just read
on
too.
NXT. And the funny part about it is like, there's a lot of people was like, "Oh, why is Chelsea Green getting this? Like, Chelsea Green isn't good." Like, first off, Chelsea Green has a good character. Second
Mhm.
off, Chelsea Green spent time in Stardom. Like this isn't her first go around. She's been in Japan. Like this is a thing. Like this is not no weird thing. It was like, oh, she doesn't know the style. No, she knows the style. They're both alums from Stardom, so yeah, it'll be good.
And I disagree with the whole sentiment that she's not good. She's good in her own way. She knows her role. She's basically enhancement talent herself. You know what I mean? She makes other people look good. So she's
Mm-hmm.
good at that.
Yep, she's really good at that.
Yeah. So she's gonna make Julia look really strong, which that's the point.
Mm-hmm. So then we had the three-way, A-Town Down Under, and Kevin Owens. And Kevin gets the fucking win, but then he gets attacked by A-Town Down Under, leading to next week a tag team match with Kevin and a mystery partner.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
Oh, we all know who it's going to be. It's going to be Randy.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. So then they do a little tribute to SmackDown on Fox because they're leaving Fox. They've been there 5 years. It's a thing and it's over and they're done. Yay.
Yeah.
So then we get LA Knight out there and he's talking and then he gets interrupted by Mello. And then Mello gets interrupted by Andrade. And they both want the US title. So he says, you two figure it out. So this is where they finally say something that like we've been saying a long time. I thought it was a best of seven, but they said it's a best of five, and the winner gets a shot at LA Knight. I was like, oh, okay,
So they're 2-2 right now, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yes,
Okay. So next match should be the last.
yes, and it was really funny because Michael Cole brought it up, and it was like, okay, this is the first time they're bringing it up on commentary, and then at the end they say the winner of a best of five gets a shot at the LA Knight, and it's like, oh shit, okay, well that that's cool.
Yeah. When is it again? The fifth match? Next SmackDown, I guess?
Yeah, so next SmackDown, it's next week,
Okay.
so that's gonna be awesome because whoever wins is gonna face LA Knight at Bad Blood, probably.
Yeah.
Because like that's the next pay-per-view coming up, so that's where everything is going. So then we had Chelsea Green versus Mia Yim, and Chelsea gets the win.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, of course it makes sense because the one thing that like also made it cool was Mia Yim, her ribs were injured from last week getting sat on, and they played it up as part of the story. So Chelsea getting the win wasn't like so, oh my God, she beat Mia. It's like Mia came in with an injury. Chelsea Green capitalized on the injury, and she won.
There's an
So
asterisk next to that.
yes, so that was a thing. Then we had the main event was DIY and the Street Profits versus the Savage Bloodline, and without a doubt, Jacob Fatu gets the win for the Savage Bloodline.
Yep.
And that's the last thing we see on Fox. The last SmackDown on Fox, the Savage Bloodline standing tall. Hey, that's
Good for them, I
pretty
guess.
cool. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
So next week, SmackDown goes back to USA.
Awesome.
Yes. And we're also going to have the documentary of mean old Mr. McMahon.
Means an understatement.
And what's really fucking weird about this is like, it's so weird because they interviewed most of the people, most of the story is before all of the allegations came out. So the first five episodes is just like regular story about Mr. McMahon, his character, who he is. The last episode is about the whole allegations and all of the bad shit.
He wasn't a good person before all this shit came out, so
Oh no, he definitely was, but like they're gonna really, really talk about how bad he is. Like they're really gonna. And somebody was like, "How does like WWE feel about this?" And some people was like, "People inside of WWE are kind of pissed off. They're kind of pissed off because they're literally going shitting on Vince McMahon. Like they're shitting on him and kind of tying it to the company. So they're kind of pissed off. They're like, yeah, we don't like this.
oh, okay. I didn't know that part of tying it to the company. Now makes sense. Okay.
Because like it is already tied to the company. The whole lawsuit is tied to the company because she's literally suing WWE and everybody there because nobody like stopped the whole entire situation from going down.
Yeah.
And like I said before, like there are some people who could be plausible. Like we just thought he was with his girlfriend, but there's also people who knew exactly what was going down.
Yeah.
So we'll like all of the stuff will come to light eventually. So, it is what it is. But I want to see what they reveal. Like I want to see what stuff that we didn't know get exposed. And I don't mean just from the whole lawsuit. I mean from everything. I want to see what else gets exposed.
Like what rumors we've heard are true or not, too, because
Hmm.
there's a lot of rumors about the man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bad rumors, not like not even a lot of good rumors.
Yeah,
Like I want to see how bad this is. And I also want to see if WWE does something that they should do because it would make a lot of sense. It's like, yo, we don't fuck with Vince McMahon anymore. He's done. He's not part of the company. He's out. We have nothing to do with that guy. Like all of this shit, like we have no knowledge of. We don't know shit. Like they do that, and it's like, yeah, we denounce everything about Vince McMahon and everything that he's done. That would be the best thing for them. Like even if they do know some things, right now it would be the best thing for them because like people are gonna look and be like, oh, WWE had a lot to do with this. If they say no, we didn't, and give facts on how they didn't, and be like, all right, cool, and people can for the time being be like, you know what, I kind of just gonna let this go until like the lawsuit comes out and be like, oh, well, they lied, and then they get mad at them, or they be like, oh, they didn't lie, they were telling the truth. Nobody really knew. This was just a thing that a very few people knew. Got it.
yeah.
Yeah, but, like this, like is going to be a big deal when it drops because it's going to drop on Netflix, but at the same time, WWE is going to go to Netflix next year. So it it's a conundrum that they're in. Like, but whatever.
I mean, if they have no affiliation with Vince anymore, and they push that narrative, they don't have nothing to do with
Hmm.
Vince anymore, and they make it clear they should be semi okay because there's still going to be people against them because they think that they're still with Vince, but
But like the thing that I am waiting for, like I'm still reserving judgment for, like full judgment, is until the case comes out. Because like
yeah,
I said, they're named in the case, but to what extent in the case, you don't really know. So that's why I'm waiting for the case to say, all right, let's see what's really going on before I pass like full judgment.
yeah,
But it's a very tricky situation. And I know somebody's like, well, you guys believe Vince McMahon? No, fuck that guy. That guy deserves to burn in hell.
exactly.
Like this,
Rest in
like
piss, like I said a few times on this podcast.
yeah, it's like there's no coming back for him. And somebody said like, well, what happens if he wins this court case? And it's like, you can win this court case and still be a dog dick bag of shit. Like for real, like the text messages are there. Like it's there. Like all of this stuff is there. The proof is there. Like all of this stuff is right there. If he wins this and be like, "Oh, this was consent," she just got mad. Yeah, no, you could do that, but you're still a piece of shit. Like you're still a horrible human. Like
Yeah,
you're still one of the worst fucking humans. It's like no, like you've done some bad shit, even if it was consensual. It's like you've done some bad shit. Like that doesn't get you off the hook, pal.
like I hope, God forbid, that he does win. He does not come back to the wrestling business. I don't care if it's fucking WWE, AEW, fucking his own company, any other company. No, we don't need him back
That's
anywhere.
exactly that's exactly what's gonna happen if he wins and he's found innocent. That's the first thing he's gonna do. He's gonna try to come back and wrestle. Like, and people who are like, no, he's not. Wrestling is all he knows. That's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna find a way. to get back into wrestling, and that's not going to be good for anybody.
Yeah.
So, like, one, I hope he's guilty because he should be found guilty. Two, I hope he's guilty for the business.
100%.
Like, yeah, he kind of deserves what he's going to get. So, yeah, like that's pretty much everything. And anything you got?
Rest in peace and piss, Vince McMahon. I almost said peace.
Wow.
Too far.